Hey, my name is Lucas Dorrough. I'm the one in the green shirt. No, him. Yeah. Um, it's that time of year again. If you haven't started on your Founders Project, you probably should. I'm making this video to try and encourage other schools to enter the Founders Competition that may not do so, and to kind of give a heads up about Founders this year. Big thing, it's changed. This year there's several different categories that are up for grabs. In addition to the overall Founders Award, there is student growth, community involvement, collaboration, project sophistication, and innovation. Each one of those has a individual packet to submit, and a school can be awarded for their, if this school, hey, these guys over here built a solar-powered car or something like that, then they could get an award for innovation. Then we have the overall Founders Award, which this year will be the school that tops out in all of these categories. It has a school that goes beyond everything else. So, first thing you need to do is look at deadlines. We have the letter of intent due December 14th, and the application packets are due February 1st. Yeah, that's creeping up. Today's, when I'm recording this, is November 2nd. I don't know when it will be posted. Second thing you should do is plan and organize. After you've read all the guidelines and submission instructions, you should start to plan out how you're going to tackle Founders, meaning what evidence you're going to provide for the different categories, the time frame, how much time you're going to spend on each category. It's completely different from last year. Instead of one big project, you got a bunch of little categories. We did the same sort of thing on our video with having self-directed learning was one of our topics that we talked about, student growth, etc. We did the same thing inside of our video, but this breaks it up where you have mini submissions basically to each of the different categories. Organization is key. We have a specific folder on our server, even this year, even though we're not participating in Founders, even for our booth and other things. We have a specific conference folder that we store all the pictures we want to use, video we want to use, Word documents that students may have typed up about their experience in our East program. So that's very helpful when you have that folder there. Also, we have a binder, physical binder, that we keep paper documents in to help organize. Or on the topic of organization, time management goes along with that, because if you're organized, it's going to help a lot on your on saving time. Time management is a big part of the Founders Competition, because you don't have a lot of time and you got to do a lot. You got to gather all that information, all the stuff to make your East program look like the best. So you got to watch the time. Be organized and make a time chart and say you're going to spend this much time on this, or just to help organize. You may kind of go over on your time limits for things, but at least you kind of have that to remind you, hey, we need to kind of hurry up on this part so we can do this other part. Now onto the students that are working on the video, team leader or whatever you guys call it at your school. This is for you. You need to know the abilities of your team members, whether they're a great writer. They should probably work on the narrative. They're a great photographer. They should probably take some pictures that'll end up in the packets. Or if they're all their stuff is nice and super organized and all labeled, they should probably help with getting everything together. And the second thing is don't drop projects. And if you don't have a project besides the Founders Competition, get one, because if you have 8 people working on the Founders project like we did, that's a large percentage of your East student body, depending on your school size. That's not really what the Founders Competition is about. If you're taking 8 students away from projects that might help the community and put them on a project displaying your school, that's not really good. And there's a positive side to working on other projects while working on Founders. If you work on other projects, you have a better connection to your East and the student body. You talk with other students that are working on the projects, and you get to know about their East experience, and you have a better knowledge of projects in your East. For example, I was the student administrator. That was my big project, take care of the computers. So I would actually talk with most of the students in that class period and help them with software problems and such. So I knew about all of the projects in my classroom. The thing about our East, I think we won, was our huge use of evidence. I mean, we had photos of the finished product over the video of the people working on the finished product. We crammed as much info into that 7 minutes as we could. When I first put all the stuff in there, it was 9 minutes long. Me and Tanner had to figure out how to cut it down to 7. But that's why I think the new category idea is such an awesome concept. It's going to allow East Labs, I think, to provide even more evidence of their work for the community and the student body. So with those words, I want to encourage every East program to enter Founders this year. Whether you're a first-year East program or a veteran East program, it's not about that. It's about the work you do for your community, for your student body, and for your future. It's about learning, problem solving, and a little bit of teamwork. Founders is a great experience. It's hard work, yes. It takes some time, yes, it does. But when you're done with it, it brings immense satisfaction. It gives you a chance to show off what you and your classmates have done. I'm sure that Matt Dozier and the judges would love nothing more than to have to stay extra time because there's so many Founders entries. Thank you for your time and attention. I wish you luck with your entries this year, and I'll see you at conference.